Hello, good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to 5 Minutes Tobacco. Today it will be longer than 5 minutes, yeah. First thing, cigarette and a coffee, and I show you this cup. This, when you think of Germany, usually you think of this pretzels and beer drinkers and Schmalzler, you know. That's actually Bavaria. The rest of Germany doesn't have much to do with them. The Bavarians always regard themselves as their own little country. This is like if you would say a Texan has nothing to do with the rest of the US. Maybe it is like this, I don't know. So anyway, here you have it, the original Bavarian flag on it. I have nothing to do with Bavaria. Actually, this was a gift of one of my customers who is from Bavaria. So the topic today, there are two topics, okay, is first aid kit. Yeah, you can find these. This first aid kit you can find on Amazon. It costs around $5 to $6. Hear me out. Not finished yet. So I have these laying around at home in the office. I have one here in living room / kitchen, the other one in the car, additionally to the one that you anyway have to have, because the nice thing about it is really small. You can carry it with you. If I travel, I always drop this in my luggage. You never know, right? And there is inside what Band-Aid and gaze and whatnot. And of course also very helpful, a little pair of scissors. They do cut, by the way, believe it or not. So once you use a few items of this, you are left with a little pouch. It has even a zipper and a little, well, a strap that you can hang it on your molly or whatever. No idea. Anyways, this is something like an EDC for certain people, for people with special needs. That's me, because what is inside is all snuff and smoking related stuff. I show you, okay? And you will say, wow, what a great idea. I want to have this too. Yeah. And since this is basically for free, because you get the content, you know, the pouch is not worth that much. It's a nice way of recycling things. So I show you what's inside first. Because it's snuff, you need some tissues, right? Then here we have this is inside because I want to review it as next. This is chewing tobacco from Germany. That's number 6, the mentholated one. Always good to have chewing gum. That's the Winter Fresh. Don't know, do you have it too in your country? Possibly yes, because I think this is a copy of something. I got this from Hungary, isn't it? Yeah. Then what else do we have here inside? Look at this, it's so cool. I love that. It's a little ashtray, because you know I'm still a smoker. And sometimes when you're smoking outside and there is no ashtray, I hate to, you know, just dispose the filters. It's not good. It's not a nice thing to do. So this one is a little ashtray. Yeah, you open it by pressing here and you close it by pressing on the side, and yeah, it holds. And it's of course Winston, because I'm a Winston smoker. Yeah. Also have a Winston ashtray, by the way. Yeah. And Winston, of course, Winston tobacco. It's my favorite. So next, what's inside? Oh, look at this. Viking Scotch Dark. Because this should also be one of the next 3-4 snuff reviews coming soon. Reviews, it's not a review, it's just my opinion. Here these are matches that you know, these they I show you. You can actually, you don't need this rough side. You can use it anywhere. Should I do it? No, I don't. So all-purpose, or whatever it's called, emergency lighted matches. Very good. Yeah. Because I do have a lighter with me, but sometimes it happens quite often, especially when I'm when I'm traveling somewhere. People ask me, "Hey, do you have a lighter, you know, on the street?" And I'm like, "Yeah, here." Just keep it, because I have so many lighters. Every time when I buy my tobacco online, they send me thousands of these lighters, which they work, but I don't really like them. They are with piezo. Anyway, I always have 2-3 lighters with me, but then if you run out of gas, it's good to have some fallback method. And I will not use these, you know, what's called fire, you know what I mean, with tinder and so on, or tinder anyway, not. So then we have here the silver dollar Scotch Snuff, which is a very nice, yeah, today I'm so Scotch, I just noticed 2 Scotches here. It's nothing to do with the whiskey. So, oh, and the number 1 here, this number 1 Grim and Triple chewing tobacco, and here are 2 sample pouches Oliver Twist. That's the tropical one. Just keep them here, they don't take up any space, and that's the Royal. Okay, so this all fits, and much more actually fits in this little pouch. Just wanted to show you, I think it's cool. Anyway, good to have this, always have this at hand, seriously. Because if you need it, you don't find the stuff that you want. You think it's up, possibly it's in this drawer and it's not there, so have this, you know, it's like a shiny red color, have it always somewhere, like bathroom, you know, an obvious spot. So that would be the first part of this video. The second part is about a very bad habit, that is cigarette smoking. And there was a time I didn't upload videos for a while because of different reasons, and one of the reasons was that I wanted to quit smoking. And I thought, you know, it's actually like this. As much as I love smoking, it still disturbs me, because I know that it stinks, you know, you have this, the fingers are smelling, the clothes are smelling, your mouth stinks like the ass of a cow, I guess. And it's actually not a good habit. And I wanted to find other ways of nicotine intake. Actually I was thinking quite a lot about this, you know, like what makes you addicted to smoking? Is it the nicotine actually? I think no. So if you imagine that you are a smoker and you say, I'm addicted to the nicotine in the smoke and I cannot, in the cigarettes, and I cannot just quit, then we could actually use other methods. I mean, you are watching this and you know, right? We have snuff, we have snus, we have chewing tobacco, we have pouches, we have patches. There are chewing gums with nicotine, right? And you use it and you still want to smoke. So it's something else. It's not the nicotine, because I guarantee it's not the nicotine that makes you addicted. Yeah. If these snuffs would not be with nicotine, or there would be, I mean, not these herbal ones, because they have a herbal taste which I don't like, you would still take it because of the flavor, right? And smoking is, in my opinion, the same. It has a certain flavor that we like, and also the things that you connect with smoking. So just like having the coffee and the cigarette is like a couple. Why should you divorce them, right? Is it maybe because we got used to it? Yes. I think we got used to situations in which we smoke. Like when you are waiting for someone. You're like, what should I do in this time? So it's basically to fill up a time span, right? Then you grab your ciggy. Because you could also grab a pinch, but you don't. If you're a smoker, of course. If you're not a smoker, then just ignore. Or the typical situation after a good or bad dinner or lunch or breakfast, you need a cigarette, right? Just like as if it would complement like a dessert, you know, after eating, complement the complete menu, because we once connected it. Or the first cigarette in the morning. Imagine you would smoke your first cigarette 5 or 6 hours after you get up. Not in the first hour, but like 5 or 6 hours later. You would firstly smoke less, and secondly, you would possibly, after a while, you would be able to move this first cigarette 1 hour later. But it's also, I think, a psychological thing, that if you decide you want to quit, it has to be a decision, like I don't like this anymore, then you can regard it as a start of a new life. But then there is a problem. As long as you are surrounded by all these things that remind you of smoking, and it could be also your chewing tobacco, your snuff tobacco, your pipe tobacco, because if you smoke pipe, then you are still a smoker. If you smoke a cigar, you're still a smoker. If you're surrounded by these things, I think it will be even harder to move the cigarettes aside. But since they are very nice ways of moving your attention from the cigarettes to some other tobacco products, it might be a good idea. Some people say they quit smoking and start vaping. This is basically, of course, it's the better alternative, or these tobacco heating products, it's the better alternative, but yet you still put yourself into the situation that you have to, somehow connect joy and comfort with a third-party application, which is a tobacco heating device, a vape, or a snuff tobacco. But it's at least a way to get away from the cigarettes. And sometimes big things happen in life, and these big things can help you to start a new life, a different one, a better one. And that could be, for example, if you catch a cold. You possibly had this in your life before, right? You had a flu or something like this, a stomach bug. Did you want to smoke ciggies at that time? Possibly not. Did you want to, snuff tobacco? Actually, by the way, if you have some kind of a cold or something, then or even headache, some snuffs, they are like medicine. So but anyway, when you were sick, you never wanted to smoke, I'm pretty sure. When you are, you have fever and you lie there and you think, oh Jesus Christ, headache and whatever, then you don't want to smoke, in my opinion. And then that would be the day number one, the first 24 hours in which you don't smoke. And the next day you try to, don't think about it. I mean, it's still a decision, right? It's a decision to take your cigarette and put it in your mouth and light it. This is like a 4 or 5 steps. There is something called GTD, getting things done, where everything is cut into very little goals or steps, right? So in order to smoke a cigarette, to get the first puff of your cigarette, you have to do so many things. You have to get to the cigarettes firstly. It means this is a project by itself. You have to leave the house, put on clothes, right? Yeah, leave the house, go to the shop, take money with you, or a gun. Get your ciggies, get a lighter, open the box, remove the paper, take the ciggy out and light it. These are so many steps where actually every time you can say, no, I don't do this, no, I don't do it here, I don't do it there. Right? So actually, theoretically, it's harder to smoke a cigarette than to not smoke it. Yeah? So, of course, devil's advocate, because you see, I'm still smoking, and I have not smoked for a good half year. More than that. Yeah. Over half a year, over 6 months. Didn't smoke, and then started again. And I still remember the situation. When did I go to the shop, buy the cigarettes, buy a lighter because I didn't have one, and smoke the first ciggy? Because I had to wait for someone. There was this period of an hour of time where I was waiting, and I thought, what should I do? And I checked the internet and was reading, and I thought, usually I would, and this was the mistake, usually I would smoke a cigarette now, or 2. What did I do? I crossed the street and there was a little tobacconist, and I bought a pack of cigarettes, and to be honest, it was super nice. But I regret, because that was the first cigarette which started a chain of 1,000 cigarettes, right? So anyway, I just wanted to share this so that actually it is possible to quit smoking, but much harder not to start again. And you should have a very good plan before you quit smoking. What will I do when I want to smoke? This should be clear before you quit, in my opinion. Think of all the situations. And there are these books, you know, these fast way method and so on, which talks about, you know, it's like a book which is just, it starts with, you are a dirty pig, you stink, and so on. Yeah, do you really want to continue smoking? Do you really want to push the money into this? There is this saying, you know, like, if you wouldn't have smoked, you would have bought a Ferrari or Lamborghini. These are people who don't smoke. They tell you this. And then you can ask back and say, how many Lamborghinis do you have, asshole? Not even one, right? So it's not about, you know, saving money, because you don't save it, you spend it for something else. So forget this. And don't feel yourself bad because you have a habit. The politics nowadays, they want you to believe that you are the dirty pig. But don't care about them, care about yourself. You can, if you want to quit, you can reduce, just smoke 4 cigarettes a day. How to do it? Start late. Okay, so short video, and wish you all the best, and greetings, warm greetings go out. See you soon, maybe today again, because there is still stuff waiting, and I will tell you later. Yeah, keep the excitement for the next video, okay? Bye bye.